Dear parents, teachers, and protectors of our children, I'm Lillian from the world of Atapuma. Today we will dive into a fascinating journey centered on a fundamental pillar, the importance of healthy relationships. But before we begin, make sure you have the story Lola the Parrot nearby, whether in video story, printed, or digital format. You will need your magical passport for this adventure. Imagine a world full of colours and laughter, where a parrot named Lolita, surrounded by friends like Ivan the toucan, Claudia the macaw, Santiago the canary, Paula the dove, and Raoul the hummingbird, teaches us valuable lessons about friendship and empathy. These vibrant and unique characters illustrate how friends can be like a treasure in our lives. Children, just like adults, long for companionship and support from friends. Through Lola's story, we can see that friends provide Lolita with emotional support and companionship on her journey to school. Having friends to talk to and share moments of joy and concern with is essential in children's development. In addition, by interacting with friends like Santiago, Paula, and the others, children learn to share and collaborate. In the story, we see how these friends share the journey to school and enjoy the beautiful scenery together. This shows how friendship teaches us the importance of teamwork and mutual support. In the fascinating universe of Lola the Parrot, friendship and empathy emerge as invisible threads that weave together heartfelt relationships. In this topic, we will explore the richness of these two qualities, highlighting how they become the solid foundations upon which healthy and lasting connections are built. Lola, the colourful parrot, along with her winged friends, teaches us that friendship is not only a concept, but a living experience. When they fly together over a colourful landscape, they become symbols of how friendship can lift us to unimaginable heights. The diversity of these birds reflects the richness each individual brings to a friendship, turning it into a symphony of unique colours and textures. Just like Lola and her friends, children can learn to value differences, support one another through emotional flights, and build unforgettable memories. Friendship thus becomes a shared treasure, where laughter is the universal language and understanding the currency of exchange. Let's discover the magic of words. In the story of Lola, the blue and red parrot, and her friends Ivan the toucan, Claudia the macaw, Santiago the canary, Paula the dove, and Raoul the hummingbird, communication is an essential part of their lives. Each character expresses themselves in a unique way, and through their interactions they show us the importance of communication in building healthy relationships. One crucial aspect of emotional communication is teaching children to talk about their emotions. In the story, we see that Lolita, the punctual and sincere parrot, often looks at herself in the mirror and pays attention to others. However, she does not always express her emotions kindly. When she tactlessly criticizes Claudia the macaw, Claudia feels hurt and sad. This situation highlights the importance of expressing our emotions considerately. How can we encourage children to express what they feel? A creative strategy is to turn it into a game. For example, organize an emotions day, where each participant says how they are feeling at that moment. They can use simple words like happy, sad, angry, or scared, but they can also invent their own words that creatively reflect their emotions. In this way, they have fun while learning to recognize and share their feelings. In addition, they can draw or represent their emotions through art. This allows them to express what they feel in a creative way. Communication is not only about expressing your own emotions, but also about listening to the emotions of others. In the story, we see how Ivan the toucan, an empathetic friend, approaches Claudia the macaw to find out why she is sad. Ivan's empathy leads him to genuinely care about Claudia's feelings. Children can learn to listen to others actively and empathetically. You can teach them to ask open-ended questions such as, "How are you feeling today?" or "Do you want to talk about it?" Encourage them to pay attention, maintain eye contact, and validate their friends' feelings. Another effective way to encourage emotional communication is through reading books and conversations. After reading the story of Lola the Parrot, you can talk about how the characters feel during different parts of the story. This starts conversations about emotions and how they are expressed. In addition, you can choose books specifically about emotions. There are many wonderful titles that explore feelings such as joy, sadness, anger, and fear. This gives children a broader emotional vocabulary and helps them understand and express their own feelings. It is important to emphasize that a safe and judgment-free environment is essential to encourage emotional communication. Children should feel comfortable sharing their emotions. Adults can create this space by making sure children know that their feelings are valid and that they will not be judged for expressing them. In the story, after the conflict between Claudia and Lolita, Paola the dove mediator steps in to encourage kinder communication. This is an example of how adults can guide children toward effective and compassionate communication. Emotional communication is a skill that children can celebrate and enjoy. You can organize communication nights where everyone shares their experiences and emotions from the day. Children can tell stories about moments when they felt happy, sad, angry, or scared. They can also write letters to friends and family to express their feelings. Teaching children to write thank you and supportive notes is an excellent way to promote positive communication. In conclusion, emotional communication is the key to building healthy relationships based on friendship and empathy. The characters in Lola the Parrot show us how to express emotions thoughtfully and listen to others with empathy. Children can learn to talk about their emotions through games, art, and reading books. They can also learn to listen to others actively and compassionately, creating a safe space for sharing. So, parents and teachers, continue inspiring your children to communicate from the heart. Emotional communication is a gift that will serve them throughout their lives, helping them build strong relationships and fostering empathy. Children are like sponges, absorbing knowledge and behaviours from their environment. Adults play a vital role in teaching empathy because children learn by observing. In the story, Ivan the toucan stands out as an example of empathy when he approaches Claudia the macaw to discover why she is sad. This action demonstrates how empathy begins by showing genuine interest in the feelings of others. Empathy is not limited only to obvious situations of sadness or distress. It also extends to moments of joy, success, and celebration. Adults can model empathy in their daily lives in many ways. When children achieve something important, whether winning a game or receiving a good grade at school, it is important to celebrate together. This teaches children to feel happy for the achievements of others. When adults face challenges or difficult moments, such as a stressful day at work, they can share their feelings with children. This shows them that it is okay to express emotions and that adults also have difficult days. Showing empathy means helping others in times of need. Adults can model this behaviour by offering support to friends, family members, or even strangers. This teaches children the importance of being there for others. Adults can speak honestly about what they feel. By expressing whether they are sad, happy, upset, or afraid, they show children that all emotions are valid and that sharing them is natural. An effective way to model empathy is through conversations. Adults can ask children about their feelings and concerns. If a child is going through a difficult moment, the adult can listen attentively and express understanding. Here is an interesting idea. Have empathy conversations at home. This can be a moment when everyone shares their feelings, thoughts, and experiences from the day. Adults can ask questions like, "How are you feeling today?" or "Did something make you feel angry or sad?" In addition, it is essential to show empathy when children express their emotions. You can say things like, "I understand why you feel that way," or "I'm here to support you." This positive feedback helps them feel understood and valued. Empathy is also connected to collaboration and care. Adults can involve children in activities that promote cooperation and mutual support. For example, they can work together on projects at home, collaborate on cleaning tasks, or even prepare a meal together. These activities reinforce the importance of working together and helping one another. Adults can express empathy in the small gestures of daily life. When interacting with a cashier in a store or with a waiter in a restaurant, being kind and considerate demonstrates respect toward those who provide a service. Children, by observing these attitudes, discover that empathy is not something isolated, but a value that is lived in every space of everyday life. Empathy also involves authenticity and humility. Adults can show this by acknowledging when they make mistakes or hurt someone, thus teaching children that making mistakes is human and that what truly matters is taking responsibility, apologizing, and repairing the harm done. In addition, adults can encourage authenticity by being themselves and not pretending to be someone they are not. This shows children that it is okay to be themselves and that empathy is based on understanding others as they truly are. In conclusion, empathy is a powerful skill that can be modeled and taught to children. Adults play a fundamental role in this process by showing understanding, support, and care in their everyday lives. By modeling empathy, adults help children learn how to be kind and compassionate toward others. This is a skill that will serve them throughout their lives and help them build strong and meaningful relationships. On behalf of myself and all the members of the world of Atapuma, thank you for opening your hearts to these teachings. If this capsule touched your heart, follow us for more content that inspires, supports, and strengthens families.